So I'm Danielle, and we're going to do an honor. The full moon was a few days ago, but it's still very much full. And so I was inspired to do a full moon meditation tonight, where we use the visualization of a full moon to cleanse our energy, to cleanse our mind, to cleanse our system, and to also help cleanse our bodies. So. Let's find our comfortable seated position. So just getting settled for a moment. You can sit cross-legged, or if that's not comfortable for you, you can always lie down. Just making sure that you're able to settle in with as much comfort in the body as possible. And I would invite you to rest your palms on the knees or thighs. And if it feels right to you, go ahead and turn them to face down so that we're really turning inward for the evening. Finding your root and allowing the base of the spine to relax into the ground. Allowing the inner thighs to unclench all the way down to the inner knees, into the calves and into the bottoms of the feet. Starting to feel your breath if you haven't already. And just noticing the quality and the texture of this breath. Remembering that in each moment, the quality, the texture, the constriction or the expansion of each breath. So just checking in with where it's at right now. And maybe you make a request. You might want to make a request for all parts of yourself to become present. Into this body, into this breath, into wherever you're sitting, into the earth. And as we start to become present, as we settle into the body, we start to be able to unclench and surrender more and more. Softening the belly, softening the front side of the heart space and the shoulders. Softening the throat and the forehead. Even softening the crown of the head. And as you remain aware of where your physical body is in time and space, so remaining aware of your throat, your head, even your hands and feet, expand your awareness into the feeling of your breath caressing your nasal passages as you inhale and as you exhale. Allowing for simplicity to anchor you in the present moment. No frills, no tricks. Just the act of simply turning your awareness into the sensation of your breath swirling in and out of your nose. Noticing the coolness of the breath as it enters all the way in, and maybe a little warmer temperature as you release. Eventually, we find that our breathing becomes even symbiotic almost, so that our length of inhale begins to equal the length. And from here, a lot of y'all might be familiar with alternate nostril breathing, but for tonight, we're going to do left nostril breathing. And just so that you know what that does is it activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which in Hatha yoga is related to the moon, which is related to the feminine side of ourselves. And it helps us to relax. So we'll bring our pointer finger to the forehead, and then the thumb, depending on which hand you're using, your thumb's going to go to one nostril and the outer two fingers to the other nostril. You're going to plug the right nostril and inhale up to 4, pausing with your awareness at the center of the brain or in between the forehead. And then exhale, plug the left nostril out of the right, backwards from 4 to 1. In through the left. Once again, each in-breath is going to be through the left. Up to 4, pausing your awareness in between the brows, and then exhale 4 to 1 out of the right. In through the left, up to 4 or 5. Pause for 2 seconds. And then exhale out of the right, counting from backwards from that number down to 1. It's easy for the mind to wander, so continue bringing it back into the breath over and over again, finding your own rhythm in through the left, pausing with as much ease as possible, and then exhaling out of the right. Let's go through about 5 to 6 more rounds. And as you're breathing in through left, out through right, over and over and over again, you can imagine that your breath is like a cleansing, like a drain pipe, kind of moving in through the left nostril, cleansing the whole nostril all the way up into the third eye, or the center of your forehead. And as you exhale, that drain pipe releases all the way out of the right nostril. Continuing for 2 more rounds. Now become aware as you're focusing on this breath, becoming aware, have you lost track of your inner thighs? Are we still feeling the earth beneath us? Can we expand our senses? Not only into the breath, but also into the body. And go ahead and release the palm to regulate simultaneously through both nasal passages in its natural pace. Now, using the power of our creative imagination, because where our thoughts go, our project in turn creates our experience of reality. So remembering that the power of your imagination, we're oftentimes helping ourselves to move energy. So if you could tune into and imagine a giant full moon above the crown of your head, maybe about 12 inches. And maybe you invite the crown of the head to open, to receive this light. and feeling the consistency of the light from the full moon and noticing how it's different from what might be like the light of the sunshine. It's a little bit more gentle, it's a little bit more cool, maybe it's more calming and soothing. So if you could imagine that above you is the full moon now, and all around you is the night sky. So a black night sky with maybe stars surrounding, and then feeling the earth underneath you. Bringing your awareness back up into the crown of the head. As you exhale, invite that moon to descend down until it barely kisses the very top of your head. And then becoming comfortable with how much closer it is now to you than it was before. Relaxing into that, unclenching the body into that. Perhaps you'd like to invite it to move through your body to help to cool, to calm, to clarify your mind, your body, your energy. To almost bathe your entire auric field with its radiance. But we're just going to move a little at a time. So as you exhale next, feel the moon pressing gently down from the crown of the head through all layers of the brain, feeling it press behind the eyes, descending down all the way right underneath the chin, not quite to the throat, but just imagining that the moon is now stopped right under your chin, and then checking in with everything from the chin up to the crown of the head, feeling that sense of clarity and light and spaciousness. Pausing there and bring your awareness from everything from the chin down and notice its consistency. Perhaps you see a different color. What I'm seeing is the whiteness of the moon is all the way through the head, and then from the chin down is just kind of like darkness, just like the night sky. As you exhale next, it presses down, stopping at the shoulders, and check in there. Noticing the light from the shoulders up. Exhale, press down from the shoulders all the way through the heart space, feeling it move all around you. So through the front of the heart, the back of the heart, the sides of the body. Moving all the way down into the upper rib cage and then stopping there. Intuitively, rib cage, so if at any point you intuitively feel that you would like to use your hands for this meditation work, you're welcome to do that as well. Exhale, press down with the moon, maybe even press down with your hands from the heart down to the belly button. Pause there and check in. Feeling the light bathing your entire physical and energetic body. Feeling it bathe your mind, your brain, all the nervous system from the crown to the belly, your organs, your senses. Take a deep in breath into the belly, so feel the belly expand all the way out as big as it'll go. And then exhale, press it down a little farther into the pelvis. Not all the way to the pelvic floor, but just a few inches underneath the belly button. And noticing that space in the pelvis. Noticing your breath in the pelvis that can be responsive to this light, to this energy. What a responsive breath looks like is a flowing breath, a less constricted breath, a less constricted pelvis. Now, if you can unlock the base of your spine, so unlock your pelvic floor, and with that unlocking, imagining that there's like a spigot that you've just opened that was at the base of the spine, and now that spigot is open so that it connects you all the way down into the earth. As you exhale next, allow that moon to descend all the way down past the pelvic floor, 6 to 8 inches underneath you. So feeling this light not only bathing your body from the crown of the head to the base of the spine, but also bathing the space above you as it's above the crown, bathing the space underneath you, the earth underneath you, bathing the whole circumference around you, so that either side of the body to be bathed in this light. About 6 to 7. Perhaps you'd like to send that energy farther deeper into the earth, feeling this energy spread in all areas of the earth. So spreading to your neighbors from the earth, feeling it flood into the waters. If you'd like to send it to the entire world, feeling it kind of creep on the entire planet. Then when you're ready, we'll bring our awareness as well as maybe a palm into heart center, allowing your palm to be very gentle to the touch, very gentle to your heart. Feeling the warmth of your hand on your heart space as comfort. Allowing all the knuckles and joints to soften in the hand. And if you feel any tightness or restriction in the heart, which most of us probably will at some point, our whole planet is experiencing waves of grief, fear. And so if you can just kind of be present with these energies and how they manifest themselves within you. And maybe allow them to be present, allow them to teach you. And then also we can also allow them to also be drained down the body, out of the base of the spine and into the earth. Just shedding a little bit of weight. As we remain connected to the earth, as we remain connected from the crown of the head up towards the space above, imagining that is now the space above the crown of the head is open to infinity. Maybe you imagine a big night sky above the crown of the head with lots of stars, and then what is beyond that, and then what is beyond that, and what is beyond that. So simultaneously tuning into the energies of spaciousness and infinity, of expansion, and also deep groundedness into the earth. Allowing your consciousness to expand in both directions. And then finding the very middle part of those directions meeting. In closing, we will ground and plant the seed of our awareness into the heart space, affirming that the heart is a safe place for your consciousness to reside, that this can be a safe place for you to visit and a safe place for you to deepen into the infinite wellspring of peace that is within you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I love you. Namaste.